Hey guys, it's JetRay103, and this is a video I wanted to do for a very long time. Kingdom Hearts characters in Super Smash Bros. Now, instead of complaining why I'm not doing this video on characters like Mega Man or Shadow the Hedgehog, you can just sit back, relax, watch the video, and put your own opinions about these Kingdom Hearts characters in a comment or a video response. Now, before we start with the actual characters, let me start with the connections between Square Enix and Nintendo and Kingdom Hearts and Super Smash Bros. Now, as most of you know, in the early 90s, Square Enix, known as Square at the time, was the creator of Super Mario RPG. But later in the years, Square left Nintendo into the PlayStation so that they could have more Final Fantasy games released on the PlayStation. I doubt that's the reason, but that's what came into my head. And later on, they went slowly becoming closer to Nintendo. Also, have you ever heard that the music in Super Smash Bros. Brawl was also by the same person who did the music in Kingdom Hearts? I'm not sure if that would actually do anything for the series, but at least they have something in common. Let's start with the main character of the series, Sora the Keyblade Master. Now, I'm not going to go over any movesets. I'm just going to go over what would make him unique from the other characters and how he actually will be playable and why he has a chance to be in Super Smash Bros. His chances were small when Brawl was first released. In 2006 there were only 3 Kingdom Hearts games: Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories, and Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 were playable on the PlayStation 2, and Chain of Memories was on the Game Boy, but it got ported to the PlayStation 2. But as of today, in 2012, his chances definitely rose. He's a secret character in Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. He's a main character in Kingdom Hearts Recoded, which is the reverse of what Chain of Memories was. Chain of Memories was ported from a Nintendo system to a Sony system, but Recoded was ported from a handheld system, and I think that was a phone or iPhone or something like that, into the Nintendo DS. And now he's having his very own new adventure in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance on the Nintendo 3DS. Well, to make him more unique from other characters, he has different kinds of clothes that can work for alternate colors. His clothes, he has Dream Drop Distance, can be regular clothes in a red alternate color. The Wisdom form could be his blue alternate color. The Master form could be in there as well. I don't know what they do for a green alternate color, because it's needed for team battles, but I'm sure they think of something. Next, he can also have his Kingdom Hearts 2 in 1 clothes. And you know what the hell, let's just give him his data clothes he had in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. I was thinking the cartoon form he had in Kingdom Hearts 2, but yeah, I think this will work better. That's all the ideas I really have for Sora. Remember, no real moveset ideas unless I really thought of them before this video. Now, I doubt there will be any more Kingdom Hearts characters in Super Smash Bros. Because I think the rule is one character per franchise or company, and I really think Sora should be the Square Enix representative. But if they are able to add more characters from the Kingdom Hearts series, I'd say the second character should be Riku. Of all the Kingdom Hearts games that were released on Nintendo systems, Riku is also playable in all of them, the only exception being Recoded, well, in my knowledge. I was gonna say something about Riku's alternate colors like he uses Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 clothes, but I think they look too much in common to do that. The only real alternate color I would really use is 358 over 2 days look, aka the Organization 13 coat. But he also does have many other abilities that can make him more unique from Sora and many other characters. He could use his Dark Aura as a projectile, or his Aura Shield as a down special, and he could use his Dark Riku form as a final smash. I know the Riku section was kinda short, but I kinda wanted to get this video into an acceptable time limit that's less than 10 minutes. So I'm gonna get started with the next character, being Roxas. He has a less than half the chance that Riku does of being playable in Smash Bros. Because he's only playable in one Nintendo system, and it's 358 over 2 days. But the only good thing about that is, because he's the main character of it, and Riku and Sora are only unlockable characters in that game. Now, obviously, to make him different from Sora, they're gonna make him dual wield. But there's only one thing about having Roxas in. If Roxas is in, people are gonna want Xion in. Now, to have Xion in as a separate playable character from Roxas, they're gonna have to make her play differently from Sora and Roxas, because she's a part of Sora, and so is Roxas. But to tell you the truth, I kinda want her to play the same as Roxas. I will explain later. But how we make her play the same as Roxas when he has dual wield but she isn't? Well, when Roxas went dual wield in 358 or 2 days, he summoned Xian's Keyblade and turned both his and hers into the Oblivion Oathkeeper. So if he is able to do that, Xian might be able to do the same thing. Now before you post that comment saying that, "Oh god, you're a faggot just because you want Xian and Roxas to play the same," let me just say, I don't really want Xian playable as a separate character, but as an alternate costume for Roxas. And I'm probably thinking, that's disgusting! And it would just be weird because it would have Roxas' voice and the announcer say Roxas instead of Xian. That's the thing. Remember Wario's concept for different alternate costumes? We went through different alternate colors, so you saw Wario's Mario costume. Is Wario wearing the Mario costume? We do the same thing for Roxas. And the only difference being, after going through so many Roxas alternate colors, it will go to Xian. Instead of Roxas' name, it will be Xian's. The only real other differences being different taunts, victory poses, voices, and the announcer would say Xian's name instead of Roxas' name. Now, if you don't like that idea, or you agree with it, or have ways to improve it, and you have a comment or a video response about the Roxas or Xian idea, or have some way to have both characters playable, I would love to hear your opinions, really. Now, I would love to go over Axel, but not right now. I'll go over Axel and other characters similar to him later. Right now, I want to go over the Birth by Sleep crew, Terra, Ventus, and Aqua. Now, as obviously mentioned, I already know the rules being a Smash Bros. Character, and one of the main ones is you have to be playable in a Nintendo console, and none of the three are playable in a Nintendo console ever. In fact, our only appearance was on the PlayStation Portable for Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. But if that were to change in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, or the next Kingdom Hearts game, if that were to be announced or come out before the next Smash Brothers, then I wouldn't say Ventus, because he looks too much like Roxas. How about we make him an alternate color for Roxas? Make an alternate costume, the green alternate color. That way we wouldn't have so much of a complication making it so that we have different team colors. Xian might still be a little difficult. I was gonna say Terra, he would work, he would really work. But think about it. Sora would be light, Riku's darkness, Roxas would be nothingness, and Aqua would be the magic, and Terra would still be technically darkness. Which I think Aqua should be the Birth by Sleep representative if things change later on. I'm not saying she has a chance right now, she doesn't, but if things change later on in time, I would choose her. There are many things that I think why Aqua should be the Birth by Sleep representative. One of them being, she could be one of the small amounts of female representatives. I mean, the only others we have right now are Peach, Zelda, and Samus. I don't count Jigglypuff because they don't really say if that's a boy or a girl. It's pink, but doesn't mean it's a boy or a girl. I mean, sure, it's pink, but still, you don't have to assume it's a girl. For all you know, Lucario could be a girl. I mean, they only really tell you in the Pokemon series, because they have that little female and male icon. So that means she'd be the first third-party female representative, and I think it would really work well. I mean, she could use her magic, and she could use abilities that Terra and Ventus can use, that Aqua can also use. I don't want her to use abilities that only Terra and only Ventus can use, because that would, like, take it out of the series. But she can, you know, like, remember that scene at the end of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, at the end of Aqua's story, and she had the Wayfinder and she was trying to get light from Terra and Ventus? She could do that to get similar abilities that she could pull off and they could pull off. And that way we still would kind of have the other two in, just not physically, just as their ability. Now I could go over members of Organization 13, mainly Axel and Xemnas. I mean, Axel's the main part of the series, he's one of Sora's connections technically, and Xemnas, well, face it, we need more villains, and Xemnas would be perfect. He's like the Ganondorf of Kingdom Hearts. More like that Xehanort, but still. But I just love Axel and Xemnas and the other members of Organization 13 that all fit in one category: downloadable content. Well, I am almost 100% sure that the next Super Smash Brothers is going to have downloadable content. I mean, we have Wi-Fi for the Super Smash Bros. Brawl, that wasn't done that well. I mean, I'm not saying it was bad, but it wasn't done all that great. And people have always kept saying, "We need downloadable content, blah blah blah." And I kind of agree with that. I think we need downloadable content. And since everybody's kept saying that, and we have Wi-Fi, we basically already said that the Wii U is going to have Wi-Fi, and so is the 3DS, and they're both going to have to work together. We could put Organization 13 as downloadable content. And if only Sora is going to be the only Kingdom Hearts representative, we can have Riku, Roxas, Yon, and the Birth by Sleep crew as downloadable content. And I don't think there's anything about rules for characters for downloadable content. I mean, I could tell we were not going to have Master Chief as DLC. I could tell we were going to have like DLC for other Nintendo characters and other characters from same third-party series that have already characters in the game, unless something were to change. So I'd say Organization 13, including Axel and Xemnas, would work for downloadable content. Well, that's all the ideas I have for Kingdom Hearts characters for the next Super Smash Bros. If you have your own ideas, or I have left out some characters you would like to see, leave a comment or a video response.